Premier League has a bit of a Merseyside feel, as both Everton, who are in second, and of course Liverpool are top. But of course, it is the reintroduction of Fat Sam that's caused all the headlines. We'll talk about that and much more next in a bloody car. We're another prediction show today. We're taking a look at match number 16 and the Premiership, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow that turkey, and of course smash your subscribe button to keep your back up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Premier League related, more football related. Here we bloody go. That's of course the final games of 2020. It's a bit of shit year. It's been a shit year for, of course, for many reasons. Of course, most prominently the COVID, but of course other dramatic affairs have been going on. Of course, we did lose the great one, Maradona, amongst other popular icons across all kinds of cultures. So yeah, hopefully we're going to see the back end of this, and hopefully 2021 will be a bit of a Bobby Dazzler for us all. Before we get into that, and of course before we get into the end of the year, I'm still looking for 2 patrons. That's right, 2 to complete the set, which I get to 25 patrons. We're only up to 23 right now, and there's only a couple of days left to join the VIP exclusive club. If you want to become the latest member of the gang, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Rossies. Now again, we are in a car. I've got limited internet access. The turnaround time for the Premier League is even more rapid than the other divisions, so we are not going to be looking at your picks. I know, but then once it kind of settles down a little bit, maybe in the new year, the first match day of the new year, maybe the second match day of the new year, I'll hopefully bring you up to date with the latest round of the prediction league. But just keep the predictions coming. I'll do my own homework, and of course we'll have updated leagues when I get back on solid earth, or back home in the old gaff. But right now I'm on limited time. The turnaround time is insanely fast, and I just don't have the time to turn these suckers around. But anyway, let's get into it. Of course, take a look at how we all got on last time around. Of course, we're talking about me really, but yeah, it's a chance for you to get your picks in anyway. So take a look back, of course, all the way back. When did this game take place? Tuesday, Saturday. It was the early kickoff. It was Leicester City up against Manchester United in the King Power, and it was a 2-2 draw in the end. I actually remember the 2-1 win for Manchester United, but I was wrong. Rashford, Bruno Fernandes on the score sheet for United. Harvey Barnes and Axel Tanzubi, big for OG, giving Leicester City a late share of the spoils there over at the King Power. So good result really for, I think, both sides there. Kicking off with Aston Villa, I also took care of business against Crystal Palace. 3-0 in the bloody end. Bernard Traore got himself a goal. Courtney House and Anwar El Ghazi got goals for Villa. They even had a man sent off, and it didn't do too much to deter them from getting the 3 points. So Villa came out 3-0 in the end. I actually remember the 2-0 win myself. Fulham against Southampton in Old Square. Nothing to see here. I actually remember the 3-1 win myself for the Saints. They keep on marching in, unbeaten, but that's probably a couple of points dropped for them if they've got outside aspirations for Europe. But we'll have to see how that all pans out. Of course, one of the surprise results was Arsenal's 3-1 win over Chelsea. Lacazette, Xhaka and Xhaka coming out top with a 3-1 win. Tammy Abraham late for Chelsea there, but ultimately no good. Actually, remember the 2-1 win going the other way. Shame on me. Also on the same day, which was Boxing Day, Manchester City came out on top with a 2-0 win over Newcastle United. Ooh, that was dodgy. That was a burp there, a vomit burp. Gudongadon scoring Ferran Torres as well in a 2-0 win over Newcastle. The Geordies suffering defeat, and of course Sheffield United cannot get off the ground. Really, they can't. 1-0 loss, late goal as well for Gylfi Sigurdsson to give Everton the 3 points to move second in the table. Indeed, goodness gracious me, into the 27th, which is today. Leeds did beat them 6-finger scores. Burnley 1-0 in the end. Actually on the 2-1 win, so good. That was an early door pen as well, giving Leeds the 3 points. Meanwhile, the Hammers take on Brighton, and it was a 2-2 draw. Boris Johnson, no, I'm only joking. Ben Johnson on the score sheet. Thomas Souček as well for West Ham. Neil Maupay and Lewis Dunk on the score sheet for Brighton, giving themselves a share of the spoils, and a 2-2 draw. But the surprise result was at Anfield, 1-1 draw. Of course, Klopp up against Allardyce. It was something that could have been on the international scene, but unfortunately, as here in the Premier League, top versus bottom, or one of the bottom teams anyway. Sadio Mane on the 12th minute gave Liverpool the lead. It was Sami Ajayi, though. Of course, he scores goals. The goal scoring defender for West Brom in the end, giving them a share of the spoil. So 1-1 in the end. And then Wolves against Spurs also ended up 1-1. I didn't even see that one come in. Actually, I'm with the 2-1 win myself. So really much, not really a good bit, not good couple of days for Spurs. Tanguy Ndombele on the score sheet, and Roman Sace late for Wimbledon Wimbledon, Wolverhampton Wanderers in the bloody end. So that's what I got. I got myself 4 out of 10, which is not good. This is the table as it stands. Liverpool lead the charge by 3 points over Everton. They're nearest and dearest. Leicester are just 1 point adrift of Everton, of course, in third, and Manchester United are in fourth. Spurs down into fifth. Now they do. United actually have a game in hand, and they win that. Guess what? They go second in the table. At the foot of the table, Sheffield United, West Brom, and Fulham going down as it stands. Burnley not too far away either, but they do have a game in hand. So this is where I would usually look at your picks, and we're not going to be doing that today because I don't have the time, and I did say that at the top of the hour, but your scores still exist. They are still in the parallel universe that is my prediction sphere. I will be updating the prediction league probably tonight, tomorrow night, whatever it is. So over the course of these games, if you are a Patreon, you can look at the live table and you can have a play around with the data and have a look who is kingping across the divisions there. But that is only to patrons only at the moment. Yeah, and regardless of that, once we get back to ground zero or back at HQ, we will recap these score lines, these predictions, of course, and take a look at who won which week, that sort of stuff, and I'll give you overall up to date. But I just can't do it. The turnaround time is too rapid, and it was Boxing Day yesterday, and of course Premier League games continued into the 27th, of course, and I'm travelling. I'm on the bloody road. It's hard to keep up the heat. This would be the criteria, 0 to 3. I don't know why that's still in here. It doesn't really matter, and I don't know. Just delete all this. Bada bada bosh. Badabosh, badabish. Okay, so let's get into it. Of course, take a look at the next round of matches. Kick it all off on the 28th, which is tomorrow. That's right. That's how rapid it is. It is Crystal Palace taking on Leicester City, of course. Now, they chose sides. I've played each other a bunch of times, but I'm giving you condensed stats. I haven't even got the bookies today. We might have a bit of bookies. I'll tell you basically the odds on this one. Not really full-on odds. Heading into the last 6, so 4 wins for Crystal Palace, 2 for Leicester City, no draws. Last time out at Selhurst Park was a 2-0 win for Leicester. They won back in November 2019. Sulucu on score sheet, the Turkish centre back there, Jamie Vardy on the 88th minute heading into this. Leicester have actually won 6 of the last 7 away matches in the Premier League, and they come into this favourites, I believe. I don't know the odds, but they are favourites. I'll give you as much as that. Heading into this, just one defeat the past 6 for Leicester. One defeat was against Everton at home. Meanwhile, this is of course up against Crystal Palace, who have just one win in the past 6. That one win was against West Brom pre-Allardyce, of course. So look at the situation out in the league. Crystal Palace now in 14th spot, but a win for them, they could actually go as high as 11th in the table. Leicester with a win, they could go second in the table, very much just 1 point adrift of Liverpool. Of course, that shows this is a Premier League now. It seems to be a different sort of specimen than we have been used to, as Liverpool could not get anything much than a draw against the flipping struggler baggies, the Sam Allardyce effect. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Leicester City against of course Hodgson and co. Big 3 points for Leicester on the road, and again to move them into the top 2 potentially. Next up, in fact, you probably move them in there for at least a couple of hours. Next up, we have Chelsea taking on Aston Villa. Of course, played each other in the last 6. It's been 6 out of 6 for Chelsea, including last time around at Stamford Bridge, which was of course back at the 4th of December 2019. Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, of course, the youthful Chelsea back in the day. Trezeguet as well on the score sheet, a 2-1 win. Aston Villa have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 4 matches in the Premiership, whereas Chelsea have actually won their last 6. Chelsea have also scored 3 goals in 5 of the last 6 home matches as well, and also scored at least 2 goals in 10 of the last 11 against Villa in all competitions. They come into this, Chelsea are favourites for this one. They come into this actually just 1 win and 5 for Chelsea in all competitions. That 1 win was against West Ham. Meanwhile, Villa unbeaten in 4, looking very good at the moment. 3 wins in the past 4 games, picking up wins against Wolves, picking up wins against the Baggies, of course, local affairs there, and also beating Crystal Palace last time around. That's the games you got to win for them if they're going to climb that table. They're looking good at the moment. Aston Villa, they're up to 7th at the moment, better win for them. They could go back into the top 4. That's Champions League. Goodness gracious me. I've gone with a 2-0 win though for Chelsea. Of course I am going with the favourites on this one. Next up, we have Everton up against Manchester City. Of course, it's the Arteta derby. Maybe, I don't know. Of course, they played each other the last 6. It's been 5 wins for City, 1 draw, nothing for Everton. Of course, last time played each other at Goodison Park was a 3-1 win for City. Jesus, Mahrez, and Sterling on the score sheet. Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. Last time around back in September 2019. City have actually won the last 5 matches in against Everton in all competitions. They've also won the last 4 in the league. That is Everton. City have actually kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 6 matches. Of course, they come into this winning 4 of the past 6. They have drawn against United, also drawn against the Baggies. Of course, that was pre-Allardyce as well. Meanwhile, Everton coming to this, just 1 defeat the past 6 for them. That was against Manchester United in the League Cup, or the Caravana Cup, or whatever you want to call it. Of course, looking into the table, City are making the climb now into, where are they, 6th now, and a win for them. They could actually go 2nd in the table. Meanwhile, Everton are 2nd, and mathematically they could go top of the pops with a W and a bit of luck, and of course a huge goal swing as well. I've gone with on this one a draw. Yes, I have 2-2 in the end, and maybe just maybe keep Everton's dream of European football, if not Champions League football alive. Next up we have, what do we have? Brighton of Albion taking on Arsenal, of course. Tricky wickets this one, of course. The last 6 though sees 3 wins for Brighton, 1 win for Arsenal and 2 draws. Last time out of the Amex was a 2-1 win for Brighton. Lewis Dunk, Neil Maupay on the score sheet late to give Brighton the W. Nicholas Pepe on the score sheet for Arsenal. Brighton have actually failed to win their last 11 home matches in the Premier League, but they're also undefeated in the last 5 matches against Arsenal. They love playing Arsenal. Heading into this, unbeaten in the last 3, that's Brighton, but they've all been draws. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 5 for Arsenal, that was against Chelsea, and it's been a surprise result to boot. Of course, Arsenal trying to climb the table. They're up to 15th now, and a win for them, they could actually get to 12th in the table. Brighton are actually in 16th for a win for them. They can't go nowhere, but they can close in on Arsenal, who are a position above them, 4 points clear at the moment. I've gone with a 1-1 draw in this one, which will continue an unbeaten campaign up against Arsenal. Next up, the six-finger freakers always taking on Sheffield United, who have absolute nightmare this season. They played each other in the last 6. These 2 wins for Burnley, 1 for Sheffield United, and 3 draws. Last time out was in the Calabria Cup. It was back in September earlier this season. It was a 1-1 draw. I don't know what happened in extra time or whatever. Vidra on the score sheet, McGoldrick as well for Sheffield United. Heading into this, well, of course, previously in the Premier League they also drew. Last time out at Turmoil was a 1-1 draw back in the Premier League last season in lockdown. Tarkowski on the score sheet, John Egan as well. United have actually lost 9 last 10 matches in the Premier League, whereas Burnley are undefeated in the last 5 home matches against Sheffield United. They're coming to this just 1 defeat the past 5 for Burnley. That 1 defeat was against Leeds. Meanwhile, Sheffield United look absolutely close at the moment, yet to get a win. 2 points all season, and it's into the month of December, deep into the month of December, of course. Look at the situation out in the bookies. What do we have? I'll tell you what we have. We have not the bookies. Burnley coming to us in 17th spot and win for them. They could actually go as high as 16th in the league. Sheffield United are rooted. They are absolutely stone cold bottom of the table, and a win for them will absolutely do nothing for their favours. And I think they'll lose this one as well. 2-1 win for the Freaks in the bloody end. Next up we have Saints. They're going to keep on marching on, taking on West Ham United. Now they play each other in the last 6. These 5 wins for the Hammers, 1 win for the Saints. No draws, of course. Last time out at St Mary's was a 1-0 win for West Ham. Sebastian Heller on the score sheet. Back around about this time last season on the 14th of December, giving them the 3 points. In fact, it's been 4 wins on the spin for West Ham heading into this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I say 4 wins? I meant 5 wins on a bloody spin. 5 wins on the spin for West Ham, so they like playing the Saints. West Ham have actually won 5, and yes, they have indeed. Heading into this, of course, though, not the best bit of form for either of these two sides. Just 1 win in the past 5 games for the Hammers. That 1 win was against Leeds. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat in the past 5 for Southampton. That defeat was against Manchester City, of course. Look at the situation out in the league. Southampton have fallen down the pecking order a little bit. They're all the way down now to 9th, but a win for them. They could shoot back up to 3rd. The Hammers also in 10th, and a win for them. They could actually go as high as 7th in the bloody league. That's bloody right. What do you think about that then? I've gone with the 2-1 win for the Saints. They keep on marching on. The Baggies, though, take on, of course, Leeds United. What do we expect from this one then, shall we? What would we have? The last 6 sees 3 wins apiece. So 3 wins actually for the Baggies, 2 for Leeds, and 1 draw. Last time out was a draw back at the Hawthorns on New Year's Day in the Championship. Sami Ajayi on the score sheet, and Sami Ajayi with a big fat OG. Scoring goals are plenty at the moment. Heading into this, of course, he did score the last goal for the Baggies against Liverpool. Actually, heading into this, West Brom have actually failed to win 13 of the last 14 matches in the Premier League. They've also, Leeds have actually conceded at least 2 goals in the last 4. They come into this, though, the Baggies just 1 defeat past 3. That 1 defeat was against Villa. Meanwhile, 1 defeat at the past 3 for Leeds, and that 1 defeat was against Manchester United, of course. The two comparisons there end there, really, because the two games that West Brom were unbeaten were draws. On the flip side, the 2 games Leeds were unbeaten were wins, beating Newcastle and beating Burnley as well. Look at the situation out in the Prem de la Prem. The Baggies coming to us in 19th and a win for them. They could actually go above Fulham in the process. Meanwhile, Leeds coming to us in 12th and a win for them. They could go as high as 10th in the league in DDO. I've gone with the Baggies on this one. 1-0 win at home over Leeds. I think it will do the Sam Allardyce effect up against Bielsa. We'll have a little look at it then, shall we? Of course, Manchester United, though, taking on Wolves into the final third here. What do we expect from this one? Last 6 sees 1 win for Manchester United, 2 wins for Wolves, and 3 draws. Last time out at Old Trafford was a 0-0 draw back in February 2020. 0-0 draw in the end. Meanwhile, last time they played each other in there was a win. Was, of course, in the FA Cup the same year, actually, just a couple of weeks prior, was a 1-0 win for United in the FA Cup. United have actually got a clean sheet in the last 3 matches against Wolves in all comps. They've also undefeated in the last 9 home matches against Wolves in all competitions as well. They come into this unbeaten in the last 5, picking up 3 wins and 2 draws. Meanwhile, just 1 win and 6, 1 win and 5, sorry, for Wolves. That 1 win was against Chelsea, of course, a 2-1 win at Molineux. Of course, Wolves are in 11th and a win for them. They could go as high as 10th in a table, whereas Manchester United are 4th and a win for them. They could go 2nd in the bloody league, of course, needing a little bit of luck with Everton and Leicester above them. I've gone with a 3-0 win for United. They'll get the luck, they'll get the win, Will they move into the second? We'll have to wait and see. Spurs taking on Fulham, of course, in an all-London affair. These two sides played each other in the last 6 seasons. 5 wins for Spurs, 1 win for Tottenham, and no draws. Last time out at Tottenham was a 3-1 win for Spurs back in the Premier League in 2018. More on the score sheet. Kieran Trippier as well. Harry Kane as well. Alexander Mitro goal on the score sheet for Fulham. Heading into this, Fulham have actually drawn their last 4 matches in the Premier League, and they're looking to continue that, which is one defeat the past 6 for them. That one defeat was against Manchester City, of course, on the road. So yeah, Fulham are grinding out the results, but too many draws for the liking. On the flip side, Spurs have actually just won once in the past 5 games for them. That one was against Stoke in the Carabao Cup. So it's not great form for Mourinho's boys. A bit of a mid-season blip. Look at the situation out in the table. Fulham are just in the relegation zone, but a win for them could actually go above Brighton in the process up to 16th of the table. Spurs come to this in 5th, and a win for them. They also could go 2nd in the table. It's that airtight at the top of the table. I've gone with Spurs on this one to get the 2-0 win and move potentially into the top 2. And wrapping it up on the 30th, as alongside that Spurs game will be your Newcastle United up against Liverpool. And they played in the last 6 seasons, 5 wins for Liverpool, 1 draw, and nothing for Newcastle. Last time out, St James's Park was back in lockdown, 26th of July 2020. It was a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Van Dijk on the score sheet, Divock Origi and Sadio Mane as well. But it was Dwight Gale who opened up scoring for the Geordies on the first minute. But they actually lost that one in the end, though, 3-1. Liverpool are actually undefeated in the last 10 matches in the Premier League. They come to this, unbeaten in 6, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws to boot. It all comps. Meanwhile, the Geordies were out a win in 4, losing 3 and drawing the 1. Quickly, the situation out in the table on this one. The Geordies are actually in 13th spot, and a bit of win for them. They could actually go as high as 11th in the league. As of Liverpool, of course, they are 3 points clear. A draw will get them and remain them top of the pops. But a win will extend their lead at the tip of the top of the table. I've gone with a 3-1 win for Liverpool on this one. Will they get it? Will they plug it in their veins? I bloody well think so. And I think if I'm right, which I bloody well hope so, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. It'll be a 4-point cushion for Liverpool over Leicester City at the end of this one. Heading into 2021, of course, Leicester City will be in 2nd, United will be in 3rd, Everton will be in the top 4, Spurs in 5th, of course. Sheffield United, West Brom and Fulham going down, Burnley hanging on in there. Again, I hope to have the Premier League predictions at full spectrum very, very soon, so be sure to get your picks in nice and early down below, and they will be counted, they will be added, and I'll show you a week gradient or whatever it is over the whenever I get a chance to play catch up, of course. So just keep on doing what you're doing, and I know it's a little bit rusty these days, but you just have to do it because the games are just so rapid and I can't keep up with it, especially with the amount of leagues that are still going on. Anyway, be sure to get the video some love and smash thumbs up, smash subscribe, of course, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Be sure to check out the links down below: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Patreon as well if you want to become the latest mother. We're looking for two more patrons to go, and 25 before the end of the calendar year. Can you make me a very, very happy man before the season is out, or before the year is out, should I say? If you're interested, check out the link down below, patreon.com/RoverSeas. Until then, though, I'm out of here.